Fight fans, welcome back to Carl Cruz MMA today. Very special guest, my guest, one half of the main event, Fury FC 122 going down. He is undefeated, Mr. Sean King. Sean, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
My man, I'm doing good. It's good to be here.
Absolutely. So here we are, man. Big main event opportunity for you. We're now Monday. Officially, fight week has began. For you, when do you start feeling it?
I feel it once they send me the name of the guy I'm fighting, weeks in advance. I feel it then and there, but it kind of fades away. You get into training camp, and, that takes a toll on you. So you kind of get lost in that. But obviously now fight week, the excitement's back, the nerves are back, and I'm excited to go in there and take this dude out and just show where I belong, man. It's going to be a great night. The week's been great so far. So, yeah, I'm feeling the nerves, and I'm just excited, man. I'm ready to go out there and do it.
You know, you've fought already now 4 times for Fury, 5-0 undefeated guy. You're a lot of fun to watch, man. You're a very young fighter, but you're showing how well-rounded you are at a really young age. Has that been one of the big goals, to try to get as well-rounded as possible?
I feel like ever since I started MMAs, I've been well-rounded everywhere. It's not like I've tried to focus on one thing. It's just always been like, my style is perfect for MMA and it meshes up well. I think I have the perfect amount of wrestling to blend in with the perfect amount of jiu-jitsu, and you blend that all together. I just feel like I make a very complete MMA fighter. But yeah.
You know, it's kind of crazy, man. You haven't even been competing as a pro for a year and a half left, and we're already going on our sixth fight. Could be 6-0 here. Do you enjoy fighting this consistent and regularly?
Yeah, I'm young, man. I'm only 22. I'm not gonna get any younger, obviously. So I feel like getting in there, getting busy, getting active, taking these fights it only helps me. Why sit here and wait and let people pass me up when I can get what's mine and go out there and chase it. So I'm active, man, and obviously the goal is the UFC. So in order for that, you have to stay active, and yeah, that's what we're doing. We're staying active.
You know, so many people are watching mixed martial arts in this day and age. The sport has evolved and come so far. And you know, I feel like a lot of guys are looking at the McGregors, the Joneses, the GSPs, and they see the fame, the fortune, the glory, the girls. When you're battling on the regional scene, you're not making Conor McGregor money. You're staying up late. You're waking up early. A lot of guys have part-time jobs. It's hard to have kids. It's hard to have a relationship. All of your eggs are in this basket to get to the next level. For you, what keeps you going day in and day out?
Oh man, just faith in the Lord. I know everything's gonna work out. I really like seeing all this happen before I even started fighting. I knew I can do the things that I'm accomplishing now. It's just I've foreseen all of this, and I think it's just because it's something that I really want, really, really bad, and nobody will ever take this from me. And I just chase this shit every day, man. Without my family, I wouldn't be halfway where I'm at. They sacrificed a lot for me, and it's only my job to prove them right and keep going. So I wake up every day and I chase his dream and I work hard.
Absolutely. So obviously, you're from the great state of Louisiana. You've had a bunch of fighters from that area in the UFC. Obviously, Dustin Poirier, you've had Daniel Cormier, Kurt Hollaba, Hunter Smith is on the Contender Series trying to get in. And I'm sure I'm missing a few. What's with that area in fighting?
Shit, honestly, I think it's just now starting to like get more known. Obviously, you have the guys like Dustin Poirier and Daniel Cormier, but the fight scene has been like kind of small. But I feel like as of late, it's been popping now. So like that just goes to show you what we're bringing out of here. Louisiana brings out a lot of talent. Some of the best NFL football players come out of Louisiana, and I think now we're about to start producing some of the best fighters. It's just that era of fighters coming up.
For you, do you feel that fighting is more mental than it is physical?
Yeah, it's definitely mental. It's definitely mental. I played many sports growing up. I wouldn't say fighting is like the hardest. Yeah, it takes a toll on your body. Yeah, some shit's gonna hurt, some shit sucks, but it's mental for sure, man. Without your mental, you won't make it nowhere in the sport. So you have to have a strong mental. Our team, we even have a sports mental coach. You can sit there and talk, and it helps you gather the sport as a whole more and kind of calm things down to really get your mind ready for what you're about to do.
You know, it's really interesting is when you look at other sports like baseball, football, basketball, there's a competition component to it, then there's an off season. You don't get that with mixed martial arts, especially guys like you trying to get to that next level. You feel like in this day and age, to try to be in the UFC, to try to be a champ, do you have to be training every single day year round?
Yeah, definitely. Not hard balls to the wall, all year round, but definitely training smartly. You don't want to run your body through a wall and you can't wake up the next day and get out of bed. But I feel like in order to be a champion, yes, there is an amount of work that needs to be put in every day, whether it's watching film, eating right, go on run, go and do this, go and do that. So there's there's something that's due every day. There's a saying, it's rinse due every day, and that's the truth. That's how I look at life. Rinse due every day, so you got to get up and get after it.
Absolutely. You know, obviously you found Fury before, but this one's going to be big main event opportunity. Your face is on the poster. When you first saw that come out, did that allow you to reflect a little bit on the journey?
Yeah, definitely. Not even, actually just a year ago, I was on the prelims for Fury, having my second fight, and now to be the main event, to be recognized as one of the guys who they want to see at the next level, who they want to push. It feels good, but it also feels right. Like I said before I even had my first fight, I had my first fight the week I turned 19, and I already seen all of this happening. The people I've surrounded myself with, my team, my family, just I knew this was all going to play out. But to go back to that question, yeah, it is a little bit surreal, and it feels great, man. I'm blessed.
You know, an interesting thing about this one too for you is you get to fight alongside some teammates. Obviously, Jason Asher, one of those guys fighting as well. Is that a pretty cool dynamic?
Yeah, man, it's dope fighting with teammates, and not just teammates, it's my brothers, and it's seven of us on that card. Lately I've been traveling to Houston, and it's just been me, and the lone survivor. But now we got a lot of guys on this card who are now going to be locked in with Fury, who signed multi-fight deals, who y'all are about to see some real talent. This Friday, it's going to be a coming out party for Mid City. Big things coming for Mid City. We're about to get a new gym soon. Going to have a full-size cage in there. And I see our gyms being like the other big gyms across the country. People fly in to come train with us. Like, all that's going to happen, and Friday, we're going to show that. I think it's going to be a clean sweep. It's like a good old dual meet in wrestling. It's Louisiana versus Texas, and we're about to go to work on these boys.
You know, Fury this year, I mean, for the past couple years, really, has just been producing nothing but talent. Every time you're seeing a last minute call, it seems like it's a Fury guy. There's a lot of contender guys from Fury. Do you feel like Fury's really established themselves as one of those main pipelines to the UFC?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, everywhere you look, it's a guy that got called up. Oh, he came from Fury. Oh, this guy's on the Ultimate Fighter, or this girl came from Fury. So I think they've definitely done well with making a good connection with the UFC. So why would we not want to stick with Fury? And obviously I'm the main event, so people are gonna see that. They see my face on a poster. I go out there and do something pretty cool, pretty dominant. Or fashionable win. You never know what could happen.
So you're getting ready to take on Dimitre Ivy. He's an experienced guy, 13-9 overall. What do you think of him as an opponent?
Yeah, he's game for sure. I respect him. I respect what he brings to the table. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. That's a very good accomplishment of his. Obviously, 3 fights ago, he beat Lucas Brennan, who's in the UFC now. So this dude's game. Yeah, his record is 13 wins with 9 losses, but this guy has fought real guys, and he's game, man. He's gonna fight. He's gonna get in front of my face, and he's gonna look to try to knock me out. So I'm excited for this test. I'm excited to test myself and just show levels.
You know, for your growth and development as a fighter, do you think it's critical to be fighting guys who have seen looks from guys who are in the UFC and spot some bigger platform?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just where I'm at though with my career. I think it's what I've been doing. I went 6-0 as an amateur, about to be my 6th professional fight. So it's like this is about to be my 12th fight. So it's not like I have no experience. So it's time for me to step up and fight these guys. And yeah, it's just that time, man. It's that time. And I think from here on out, it's going to be nothing but these guys.
You know, there's a show starting Tuesday nights in August. It's called the Dana White Contender Series. With a big win here, do you think we might see you on that show?
Yeah, I think that's possible. I heard there are gonna be some matchmakers there in attendance. I go out there, put this dude's lights out. I'm jumping that cage and I'm going up to whoever I need to talk to, and I'm telling them to put me on. It ends in October. That's still plenty of time. We can make it happen, and it's gonna play out.
You become your name is known as one of the best guys on the regional scene right now. You have a lot of hype around you for a lot of good reason. You're only 22 years old. Are you surprised at how quick this is all happening?
No, I mean, like I said, I've already seen all this coming. But there's times where I do sit back and I'm like, damn, I really turned this shit up quick. I went from having no fights a year ago to main event. Having all this hype. I kind of like sit there and I'm like, damn, like why me? But I deserve this, man. I've earned everything that I have accomplished. Nothing was ever given to me, especially in the sport. Nothing will be given to you. You go in there and fight for your life. That's through all my training I've done over the years, man. So yeah, that's where we're at.
For you, what's the ultimate goal? What are you looking to accomplish in this sport?
My ultimate goal in fighting is to be a UFC world champ. I wake up every day, I think about that. I go to sleep thinking about that. This is something that doesn't leave my mind. It like consumes me. So everything I do, I could be doing anything. I can go pull weeds at the garden, and I'm just thinking about, damn, I want to win a world title. How can I do this? I know it's gonna happen. It's just gonna take time, just like I knew all this was gonna happen. It just takes time. And like you said, I'm young, I'm 22. I see myself being a champ before I'm 30, and just making this shit happen. 27, I could be a world champion. 26.
You find that 145 division, the division past 5-6 years in the UFC has been one of the best in the whole company. So many great champions, so many great fighters. Does it excite you that when you get to that next level, or even at the regional scene, you're fighting some of the best competition in the world?
Yeah, definitely. And that's only gonna make me better. And me personally, when I fight somebody with a certain skill set that's that's up there, it makes me look better. I perform better when somebody better is in front of me. That's why I'm excited for this matchup with Dimitre. He's a good striker, and when I stand in front of somebody like that, it's only going to make my games work even better, and I can fight my fight. With a few of these other guys, it's kind of like I don't know what the hell they're about to do, but you know what I'm saying. When I fight somebody like that, it's only going to make me look better. So when I do get in there, get into the UFC, and I stand across from these guys, it's going to be world class striking, world class grappling, just everything high level, and it's going to be flawless, beautiful.
For you, who were some of those guys growing up that maybe gave you inspiration? Maybe you kind of mimic them a little bit or help push you to get to where you're at?
Definitely guys like Connor. When I first started watching the sport, it was like Connor when he was doing his thing. Fighting Eddie, fighting Nate. And then I remember just being a young kid going over to my dad's buddy's houses to go watch the Iceman. That's what we called him. Me and my sister. Oh, we want to watch the Iceman. When's he fighting again? And Chuck Liddell. Just guys like that. But from what I remember, really, it's just guys like Connor. Obviously, Dustin. Being from where we're from. That was a big idol for me. So yeah.
Absolutely. One thing I love about martial arts, there's so many good morals, there's values people learn from competing in it. I've had so many guys on the show tell me that MMA, martial arts training turned them into who they are today, maybe turned them around in life, got them down from a bad path. For you, how do you think you have grown and evolved as a person from competing in combat sports?
Just gives you authority. It keeps me grounded. I like to let loose sometimes, get a little wild, and it's just like what I mean by that. I could be out and just doing the wrong thing, out here drinking, partying, but no, we have a goal to accomplish. We have something to do at 8 o'clock in the morning, whether it's go train this, go train that. It's so it just gives you authority and responsibility and ownership, and at the end of the day, it's a humbling sport. Though I might be 5-0, the main event for Fury, I still get my ass kicked in the room. You know what I'm saying? Behind closed doors, that's always gonna happen, and just humbling, man. and nothing is promised. Nothing is promised. So that's another thing that's gonna keep you humbling. When I step into this cage on Friday, nothing's promised. So.
Absolutely. All right, Sean, last question for me, my friend. In a perfect world, what is the outcome when you fight in the main event, Fury FC 122 against Dimitre Ivy?
The perfect outcome is me knocking him out in round one. He's gonna overextend. Bang! I hit him. I jump the cage. Crowd goes crazy. I go right up to whoever I need to go up to. Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, whoever's there, and I tell them, "Hey, I'm the guy. You put me on. I'll be ready this season, season 10. Dana White's Contender Series. Let me go do this to somebody else." That's the perfect world.
Absolutely. Well, Sean, man, thank you so much for taking the time out. I know fight week's crazy, but I really appreciate you, and I can't wait to watch you fight, brother.
I appreciate you, man. This is great.
Absolutely. That's it for us, Dave. Carl Peruzza. Here's Mr. Sean King. You can watch him, Fury FC 122. It's making on Dimitre Ivy. Fight fans, don't blink. It's going to be a fun one.